and welcome to Simbin Sessions. I'm Meg Matt.
I'm Matthew Short.
And today we are here, you can't really tell by the background, we have been here before once when we filmed with George Williams. We are at Warrington Wolves.
We are Warrington Wolves.
Thank you very much to them for, they've actually been very good to us this week, so yeah.
Basically, Meg didn't want to go home after Dublin with the equipment.
Put it into the Dublin, not after Dublin.
After the Dublin launch in Manchester. So she basically threw our very expensive equipment at Warrington's media manager, Adam Lear, and said, take this for us.
And we'll film at your place.
And
he said, yes, of course.
Yeah, and didn't ask, just...
Well, no, I did ask. And he said, of course, anything for you. Not for Matt, but anything for you. And I said, thanks, Adam.
Sure.
So here we are. Look at this. At the minute, when I'm doing things, it just gets done. So it's what it is. But before we get going, anything interesting happening in your life other than playing paddle?
I'm getting good now. I had a really good win yesterday. No, I went to my old stomping ground on Saturday night.
The Acca.
I ended up in the Acapulco for one drink. I went for genuinely one drink. I got a freebie to the K's at the Peace Hall. If you've not been to the Peace Hall, by the way, definitely go. I was having a drink outside the Peace Hall and someone tapped me on the shoulder and went, do you do the podcast with Megan? Lo and behold, it was one of your dad's closest friends who said that Halifax is wonderful. What a great place. So I'm at the end of the night as we're getting in the car and they were eating a doner. I went, best doner I've ever had.
Oh, that's nice.
Halifax over St Helens. But yeah, I did end up going to the Acapulco just for old time's sake. I had my old drink, which was in a pint glass, 3 cherry sours, 2 vodkas, Red Bull, £3.75. It's 75p a drink.
Just remind us how old you are again.
I'm 33.
Right.
What about you?
What's been going on in my life?
Wales?
Went to Wales for my friends, yes. Had a lovely little time. Yeah. Not much. I mean, the Dublin launch was the main thing of last week, wasn't it? And then, yeah, I actually didn't attend any rugby over the weekend, but I kept my eye on it. I watched Leeds Wakey, which was great.
I went to... Where did I go this week?
I don't know. I'm not your PA.
It was at Huddersfield.
Right.
Might as well be, because I'm always late.
Yeah, true.
Was at the Huddersfield game, which we're going to talk about. Well, going to talk about Huddersfield later on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I went to another game. Oh, was it Cass?
Oh yeah, when you decided to go Cass just to shit stir, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to stir the pot. I was always going to Cass.
Yeah.
And then obviously it became arguably the most interesting event of the week, even though there was Leeds Wakey, which obviously was a great game, the bigger game. I got accused of trying to stir the pot. I did go into the Weldon Road to get some videos. To me, that's
journalism. Yeah,
I went in to go, right, I want to get a flavour of and an understanding of what the fans are thinking. So I just stood there a bit incognito and just listened to the conversations the fans were having.
It's funny, isn't it? Because I think because of the sport we are, we'll go back to one of my favourite quotes of it'll never die because too many people love it, but it'll never grow because too many people love it.
Yeah.
But it's that thing of fans are so ingrained in their teams and what have you that they think that is purely you just being oh, I want to see what this is about. And it's trying to, and it's we genuinely never are.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes when clubs are you just keep coming for us. Sometimes clubs are just the story.
Yeah.
And it's not that we want them to.
Well, the prime example, I've been accused all year of being after Saints. Saints lost again. I've barely spoke about them all week.
Yeah.
I don't think I've spoke about them because they haven't been ultimately hasn't been.
But also as well, people on their timelines will look out for stuff that's about their club, and they won't look at the other stuff that.
Well, this is why I get this all the time. It's you're always after us, and it's someone actually went into bat with me over St Helens and went, look at his post. One of the last 15 have been about.
Yeah,
it's
but you've had it about Salford the other year,
for years.
Yeah, you're a Hull KR fan. You hate LC.
Allegedly so, yeah.
So, but no, there's every sort of thing.
You went to watch my team this weekend.
What facts?
My facts.
How did they do?
Lost.
Right.
At home to Barrow, but
is that a good loss or a bad?
I mean, Barrow were fifth, or they were fifth.
Where are you?
Something 19 for however many. They got the 10-point deduction, didn't they? They'd be like 12th, 11th if they didn't have that.
So they'd still be
Lingering in mid-table.
lingering in mid-table out of where like the top 10 are meant to be like the actual championship.
Top 10 made the playoffs.
Right.
Well, they lost a lot of players when they went and busted everything. They've done all right. Alfie Johnson won for Cast fans, actually. Alfie Johnson scored 4 tries, joining them next season.
Well,
So, yeah, I had a good weekend in the world of rugby league. Interesting.
actually, in Abersock, it's funny. Saw lots of rugby league shirts.
Really?
Funny, yeah. I wasn't expecting it.
What sort of shirts?
Leeds, Wakey. Yeah, I was like, oh, hello. But yeah.
I tell you what I did annoyed about the Faataape deal. World of journalism, this.
Well, we're going to get into that in a minute, aren't we?
I was just trying to segue into it, but never mind.
Okay, let's start Clubhouse Whispers on that then.
It's your host, Megan Wellens, who can't take a hint on a segue.
Well, no, but my thinking was that we were finishing the segment with that bit. But anyway.
Oh, okay.
We can start there. Solomona Faataape signed for St Helens.
Mm-hmm.
They paid a transfer fee.
They did.
Sure
I heard.
No, go on. You word it wisely.
Sure I heard on Sky Sports.
Go on, what did you hear? No, what did you hear?
It's just said that Faataape was really keen to go to SC.
He was keen on a swap deal. But what did I say? What needed to happen? You can't remember the rest of it. No, okay.
No, I'll go into that for you. You said that both players wanted to make it happen.
Yeah. Both players wanted to move.
The clubs had to agree.
The clubs didn't agree.
Do you know what's interesting?
They half agreed.
I think, from what I can gather, Hull put in a very, 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 very similar deal proposal to what Saints put in.
All right.
And they accepted the Saints deal and not the Hull one.
But then, from your understanding, Amir is still...
Amir Burrow to Catalans is a done deal. That's done. He's still...
It's just not been announced.
It's not been announced, but it's done. Yeah.
So then, basically, it was thingied as a swap deal, but in the end, maybe it came down to going to Solomona Faataape. Which one do you want?
I don't think Hull's bid ever got accepted. Don't think he had a choice. Not a choice as in he didn't want to go to Saints. I think the option was taken out of his control.
I wonder why.
I could speculate.
We could speculate.
But it would be sheer speculation.
Sheer speculation. Interesting. Well, yeah, Saints paying a transfer fee as well.
I got told, I've not had this confirmed, I got told it was 60 grand. They paid. I've not had that very.
So not a significant transfer.
Well, if I paid 60 grand on something, I'd call it a significant amount.
Sure, but like when Davy Litton got announced, it was we've got a 3 figure.
Yeah, that was a 3 figure. I think it was, from what I can gather, it was 60 grand.
Yeah. Okay.
Good move for Saints.
Yeah.
He's a good player. He, as we have regularly called him on the show, the second coming of Mal Meninga. So
do you want to give the context of this?
after his debut,
in round one, wasn't it?
In round one, they played Huddersfield, and I got a text from someone at the game going, "Who is this second coming of Mal Meninga?"
So now we keep saying that. Well, Saints have signed the second Mal Meninga.
Excellent in attack.
Yeah. Sketchy defence.
I wouldn't say so much sketchy defensively, but his attack is definitely his strong point over his defence. He's a threat.
He's an out, and what they've been crying for, he's an out-and-out centre.
There's a bit of Conrad Hurrell about him.
Yeah, I can see that.
There's a bit of that about him.
Yeah. But Conrad Hurrell at Saints worked.
Yeah, for sure. Certainly in the early years of him going there. Later on, not as much.
The last year he'd done his neck. It wasn't like...
Yeah, but I think, by the by. But yeah, listen, he worked at Saints for sure. He had a lot of success. There's a bit of that about him.
Yeah.
I think it's a good signing. Does raise a few questions.
Well, they're going to have to get rid of some people.
Well, before that, who's made that decision? There's no head coach. There's no director of rugby.
Well, assume Eamon McManus.
It just seems peculiar that you'd sign a player, pay a transfer fee on a quarter player when you haven't got your head coach.
Do you think there's a slight maybe understanding at the club, though, right, that whoever comes in, this recruitment cycle is not going to be fully theirs?
I'd understand it more if you had a director of rugby in place.
But they might not be going down that route.
No, maybe not. Maybe.
So
I just thought it was a bit interesting, especially when they've got a lot of contracted centres. You know, you got Matt Percival, you got Nanny McDonald, Dion Cross can play there.
Well, it's been rumoured elsewhere that they want Nene out.
Yeah, I've seen that. No one's told me they've been offered him. I'm not saying he hasn't been offered. No one has come to me and said they've been offered.
I didn't realise he had another year.
Yeah.
So Matt Percival and Nene have got another year. They've got Dion Cross, right?
Yeah.
Then there was the rumours of Lewis Murphy being offered, but again, we don't know.
Well, it was said on that one he'd been offered immediately. He's played every game since, which doesn't scream to me of a player that's been offered.
The thing is, though, right? You're saying Dion, Mark, Nene, Faataape, because Robertson's now 6. That's not a thing.
Tristan Sailor, though.
What about him?
Well, he's been playing centre. If he's not playing 1, he's not playing 6. Where are you playing him?
Bench.
That re-signing was just baffling. Yeah. Remains baffling. No offence to Sailor, it's not his fault.
Well, that's what I mean about the recruitment cycle, right? Half of it isn't because Paul Rowley actively made re-signings and signings. So we know whoever comes in is probably going to be handed something.
The thing, I think my point on Faataape is they're already quite light on cap space for next year.
Right.
So to then go and sign a player,
I just think it's a symbol that they will be paying off / getting rid of some people.
You would have to think that that's the direction of travel.
I think they are realising they are going to have to get hurt in the pockets for a bit.
Yeah. And if so, fair enough.
Because that's what everyone's been crying out for anyway.
Yeah, which is fair. I would draw the same conclusion.
Yeah. They're going to have to take a hit in the pockets for long term.
They want the coach sorted by the end of the month. I will. Meg insists I'm lying to her. I have heard nothing on the head coach.
Well, there's been names rumoured, hasn't there?
Yeah, but there always is. But I've not heard anything of substance.
No.
If I said, I've heard this, and this, that to me means nothing. Until I've heard something of genuine substance, I'm not bothered. I've not heard a peep.
Obviously,
I think the more interesting story actually at Saints this week. None of it is what's happening on the field, which we've been over a lot. I don't think there's the need to go over it again. But the Dublin move with Hull. Now, when I say it's interesting, I can't remember who they said had given up the home game. But, I find it hard to believe there isn't an agreement
to switch it the other way. Like in Vegas.
I just wonder if they've now come up with a plan to attack Vegas together.
But then my only point with this is, and this is where it becomes frustrating, it's like, why did it take this?
Because they should have gone to Vegas this time.
Yeah. Why did it take this for this to be happening?
Yeah.
Sorry, St Helens. Bradford Bulls and Lee Leopards should not be going to Vegas before you.
In fairness, though, I agree. But I don't think they could have done Vegas and Dublin in a year. So they're doing Dublin first and Vegas.
But my point is that they weren't looking at any of them. It was, no, we don't have the money.
Yeah.
And suddenly, why does it take... Yeah. It shouldn't have to take basically hitting.
I understand. I completely understand what you're saying. I think they couldn't get the finances to add up and da-da-da-da-da. And you're right, why did it take... Why is it right now they've missed out on Vegas?
When your club's at, probably its lowest ebb...
Yeah.
In recent times.
I understand.
Why does it take this for them to suddenly go, oh, now we should spend spend the money at the times when, I don't know, when it was required.
I understand what you mean. But listen, I've not had any confirmation that there's a 2-year agreement.
No, I've not either.
But I find it hard to believe that there isn't.
The only spanner in that is
Wakefield
have already agreed it. So
Wakefield have already said they'll go.
Yeah.
They've got no one to go with.
Right. So Hull and the Saints might go, we won't go with you.
We'll go to.
But then they could just get usurped by someone going, I'll go with Wakey.
Possibly.
It's not hard.
Which the obvious club to that, to me, would be London. If
they're in.
Which, on that, we're getting very close to a conclusion on TV and NRL. I have learned from the past couple of weeks to not speculate on where things are going because it changes all the time.
Yeah.
And I think it could change again.
Would it be fair to say they're following the money?
Yeah, because I think that's what you do in business.
Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. You have to weigh up other things.
I think the next few days will be interesting, let's say that. Just on a side note, we know Wigan and Warrington are now, that's the end of the partnership as it stands. I'd like to hope they carry on, personally. I'd like to hope they do another keep taking games on the road alternative.
Well, do you not think it should be from the central of the ball?
100%, but, well, and listen, that would all change with what happens.
But my point to you is it won't be Warrington and Wigan always doing that.
My bigger point was you can take a game anywhere on the road.
Right.
Where you're taking it.
When?
I suppose at the right time of the season when it's not
no, but like what season?
2028.
2028?
Yeah, where you're taking a game.
And when can I announce it?
2027. Year in advance.
Only a year? I can't announce it further than a year in advance.
If you want to. 18 months. You can announce it at the end of the season after the grand final.
I mean, there's already been the discussion of Europe for a game. So then you're looking at like Asia, right?
If NRL are doing a global round, you'd like to think there's an opportunity for Super League to jump on that somewhere. And it's just where you go.
Well, that won't be up to us.
I know. I'm just saying, but my question was, if you could pick...
Probably Singapore, Hong Kong, like Vietnam. Probably Asia to round out the...
Fair.
Because, yeah, we already do the rest.
Fair.
Why? Why would you? I know what you're going to say, but it's just stupid.
Where?
Miami.
No, Toronto.
Oh, that's just stupid.
I'd love to. If the NRL come back, I would want their one of their top priorities to resurrect the Wolfpack.
Well, it's not going to be, is it?
It won't be, but I'd like it to be.
Well, I'd like £1 million, but don't make it go on.
I don't know. Long term, I think that's possible. To bring back the Wolfpack.
Sure.
PNG in the NRL, like if there's an alignment.
You're comparing apples and bloody oranges. Why? You are.
Why?
Because they are, this is like when, like they are 15, 20 years ahead.
I agree. I said long term.
Right. So you're talking in 20 years?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
I'd like ideally 10.
Right.
To wait that long, but yeah. Why not?
Sure, but when it's not anything.
It's not going to happen anytime soon. You've got to get what you've got right first.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is as far off as people think.
I guess how I'll wrap it up is, obviously, I put it to Chris Radlinski that if the sport is going to be in a better spot moving forward, it won't be clubs like these four coming up with behind closed doors deals for these events. They will be centralised events. And it will be harder for these clubs because although they would love to be involved in every single one of them, they won't be because that's...
Yeah, for sure. It needs to be centralised.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows how that looks. You know, if the NRL stuff comes off, then they might get involved in it as well and have a say and be part of a wider strategy.
Collaboration, some would say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
For context, we've cut about 40 minutes of the show because we ended up in a blazing row.
Yeah.
And I kept using the word collab in this said argument. And hence Meg's use of the word collab and trying not to laugh.
Collaboration partnership, apparently. But yeah, for the sports health, and this is what the thing is, Chris was like, well, I'd still love Wigan to be involved in that. And they will be, but the same way that Vegas... They send different teams every year, don't they? There's no, oh, well, you're a big team, you'll do it again. It's no, everyone's going and they're going at X point when we say they're going. Which I do think if all of this comes off, will be a bitter pill for clubs to swallow.
Why?
It's just, you're saying to Wigan and Warrington, you're going from being involved in a marquee event every single year to wait
so it'll be a bitter pill to swallow for Wigan and Warrington.
For your bigger clubs.
Well.
Your ones who do the work of getting these big events on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's not been many.
Sure, but you're going to go from them being like, they can do this little partnership of...
I understand what
Wigan, Warrington, and then being like, oh, well, we could take this to wherever. That's going to stop.
I understand what
Yeah.
But it needs to be part of a wider strategy.
Sure it does.
So.
Exactly. And in a wider strategy, they don't do a deal between them two.
Yeah, that's
how it works. Yeah. We obviously started this on the fact that Saints have signed Solomona Faataape. who we knew for a long time was a Hull FC target. What do you make of Hull FC's strategy at the moment?
I think, listen, there's clearly a lot of moving parts there. I'm not avoiding this. I think this is one of them we have to see where they sit come start of the season, what the squad looks like.
Okay.
Clearly, at the minute, there's more players
Leaving than
coming, but it's hard to properly judge a squad until you see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
They're leaving themselves a lot of work to do.
Yeah, they are.
Late, and that's fair to say. But, Steve McNamara's got a lot of contacts, hasn't he?
Mm.
The interesting bit is probably that some of the players leaving are British. They're not moving the quarter players on just yet, which does remove a bit of flexibility. But I get the impression that on the centre front, they're already close to 2.
Okay.
So, that will quickly resolve itself. The interesting one's SASA.
You stole my segue. Because I was going to say that takes us into an interesting segue, because a player that we've discussed and has been discussed about whether Hull FC will keep or let go, and that has had some interest, is Herman SASA, because obviously there was the rumours out there about Leeds Rhinos having interest in SASA, some other clubs as well. As we understand it won't be the Rhinos.
He ain't going to Leeds because the Rhinos have signed Matt Lodge, and Matt Lodge is coming now.
You mean immediately?
Immediate, before the deadline. Leeds wanted SASA before the deadline, but it became quite apparent quite quick. The numbers weren't going to add up. SAS is on a massive deal at Hull FC that begins with a 2. He's one of the highest paid players in the comp.
Yeah.
And Leeds, while thought they could do something, they was never going to get to an agreement with either the player or with Hull on what the contract would look like. I've been looking at a few other targets. They had Hamlin Welle in the sights. Braden Hamlin Welle for a bit. Brad Arthur confirmed that in his press conference. But in the end, Matt Lodge has come up, player they can get in now. And he's going there. He's been playing regularly for the Cowboys.
I was going to say, have we had any indication of why they're letting him?
No, I don't know. It's ironic because Matt Lodge has been linked with Super League for the best part of 8 years and never comes. And so his name got tossed up again a couple of months ago.
Has he worked with Arthur before?
I'm not sure. He got tossed up again. I thought, here we go again, Matt Lodge. And then it sounded like he was going to stay at the Cowboys. I don't know what's happened there, but he's coming to Leeds. And he's coming now.
Interesting.
Little boost for them going into the playoffs.
What a time to come to Leeds for him. Jeez.
Tyler the Pre to Wigan and shin it.
Yeah.
if Matt Lodge has the same level of success.
Yes. But no, an interesting one. We'll see. Obviously, I don't. He's just, like I say, he's just been a regular for them.
Yeah, he's had a good NRL career. Yeah. He's 31 now, so he's a good player, tough guy. Probably complements what they've got. It's felt like with Leeds, they've got a lot of good starting middles. Probably lacked, if anything, like a big explosive player off the bench. Obviously, like Lasoni last year, he went to Hull. They brought in Jerry Matauti to take that role. He didn't quite work. He was more of a project signing that. But the way that recruitment's gone, with obviously they've got some decent earners going. Newman, McDonald, Brodycroft. They've got space for someone more senior to take on
that role.
Middle unit. Aletsky's going as well, obviously. Found the man.
No, he makes sense. He does make sense. He feels like a Brad Arthur player. I don't know why. He just does.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Be interesting to see how that one works out. But yeah, Matt Lodge is going there. I don't think they're done. I think that'll be them for now. But they still think they'll make 2 signings for next season beyond what they've already done.
Probably need to, yeah.
I think one will be from Super League. One will probably be from overseas.
And have we got any other signing news?
An interesting one.
Yes.
Jake Wingfield, who we brought up on this show not too long ago.
Yes.
That is moving, is ticking. He's actually had a medical with Catalan.
Oh, wow.
That's not to say the deal's close to being done. They're interested. They wanted to obviously with his
assess
injuries.
where he's at.
So he's had a medical with them. I think Saints would still like to keep him, are now coming to a reality that the contract that they initially offered him is not going to keep him at the club. It was a low offer. Other clubs have shown interest and offered more. So I think Wingfield's preference, from what I can gather, is to stay at Saints, but the money's
Can't on that
far
money,
apart.
yeah.
It's not going to happen. So Catalan's definitely in. They've done the medical, so clearly that's something they're pursuing.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, Catalans need something because, boy, they have a lot of work to do for next year.
The rivalry against.
I felt sorry for Tommy Mack.
You know why? We came off the field because I was quite near the front and went down the tunnel. I don't know, he looked in the stand and he just went, wow.
It's not how his career was supposed to end.
No, absolutely not. I feel for him. They've got a lot of French lads in there at the minute who they've brought in near the back end. They're trying to blood them. Some of them look miles off. There's some players that just aren't delivering who should be doing better. They are missing a few, but nothing beyond.
How was it Dodd and Sexton? How was that?
I can't really judge them because they were just on the back foot the whole game. Couldn't remember. They actually scored a fair amount of points by the end of the game, but they just got beat up. So they were never a chance. They were really poor. But they've got some good signings coming in that you would hope.
Yeah, we've said this though.
But they are also losing players. You know, Makinson goes, Faataape goes, Sexton goes. Cruz Lehman came on and made them significantly better. He goes. He's done at Huddersfield now.
Well, we know they're getting a mayor for that, but yeah.
Yeah, they lose Ben Garcia. We've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
A lot of work to do.
I think they need to find what they're playing for, if that makes sense. They need to decide what it is to play for Helens, if you know what I mean, and find that again, because they found that for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
And just re-find what that is. Because it was always a blend of we have this French talent, but with this these British guys that come in and buy into what Catalans is and what the life is here. Yeah. And I think they need to find that again where players are wanting to stay there for significant periods. Yeah,
because a lot of the players who've gone this time have
not been there very long.
Are already, Sexton's going, which is different. He's going back to the NRL, but Faataape is going after a year. Lehman's
and for them to work, you feel like they need people there longer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A lot of work to do. But good news for Huddersfield, they've now won 3 on the bounce. May not finish bottom after all. I mean, they're still bottom.
Yeah.
But there's a few clubs, including Hull, looking over the shoulder now because they're only 2 points behind Hull and Bradford. I think they've got a better points difference than the Bulls. And they've got Toulouse and Cast the next 2 games.
And then they obviously play Warrington in that manic period as well.
So they could potentially get them at a vulnerable time. But more interestingly on Huddersfield, and this is the captain's challenge this week.
It's captain's challenge, yeah. So, Matt, this is you, so take it away.
I understand, and the move to Dewsbury and think it will work. The obvious thing is the moving out of Huddersfield, which I accept, is a negative, and a big one at that. I'm not denying that, okay? Understand it. I think if this had been announced and they could say in 3 years, 4 years' time, we've got this, we're going back to Huddersfield, I think everyone would be okay with it. It's the uncertainty of whether they will come back that's the problem. However, I think the site for them is perfect. If that was in a HD postcode, it would be unbelievable. Dewsbury can be redeveloped perfectly for them, can be modernised perfectly for them to make it an 8,000 capacity. It's there to be made. And crucially for Huddersfield, they are buying a site. They're not buying a stadium, they're buying a site. People keep going, 10 million into a stadium, you're not going to leave that. They're not putting 10 million into a stadium. They've bought land, a site that will be able to be invested on through some form of regeneration plan. Still in the borough of Kirklees. And I'm sure Kirklees can be very keen to help the Giants after all they've gone through. I think they will be able to make that site profitable. And that gives them something that can sustain them for the future. We're seeing other clubs, the most obvious one being Hull KR, the land around Craven Park, they're wanting to make into a regeneration plan that then makes it a sustainable business for them to fund the club I think this Dewsbury site will do this for Huddersfield, irrespective of how long they're there. So they need to have a business plan. Ken Davies not going to be around forever. And I do think, yes, it's £10 million investment. I think they made that investment back pretty quick. And with everything else going on, I genuinely think this is a good move for the Giants in the mid-term, with the caveat that, yes, at some point in time, they do need to go back to Huddersfield. But I think right here, right now, this is a good move to Huddersfield that will work for them, and it's far better for them than staying at the Q.
Okay, 3 points. First one, you say go back to Huddersfield, but if they're investing 10 million into a site, like you say, and regenerating a site and making the site about them, why would they leave it?
They'll make the stadium about them. The site, the wider site, I'm thinking things like shop retail.
Okay, if they do that, why would they leave it?
Well, why would they leave it? It wouldn't matter whether they're there or not, it'll still make money. Doesn't need the Giants there for it to make money.
You don't think that the shops around that site would make more money with the Giants there? And bars?
You would have to find a way, if they were to leave the stadium, you'd want to replace that with their match days, because they don't want people there on match days. Dewsbury will obviously still be playing, but I appreciate that's not the same as Huddersfield and Super League playing. But there are probably ways to do that.
What ways?
Such as you've got an opportunity where we see Lee, right, who don't own that ground.
No.
Man United's women's team play some games there. There's probably not.
You need bigger than 8,000 for a women's stadium now.
Possibly, but might not be Man United. It might be lesser teams who don't attract 8,000. Okay, you've got the opportunity where you could have various things on there, right? But I appreciate if you're not going to play there as a team, you've got more dates to fill. You've got to make that stadium's part of the site. You've got to make the stadium profitable. I appreciate that. But my point is, I still think it can be profitable with or without the Giants there, and you'd keep it because it's an asset to the club.
But I just think by not putting on a figure on how long you're going to be there, you just make it look like you're just going to stay there.
And I understand that. I don't disagree with that. But I know that's not their plan. But
where would they go back to in Huddersfield?
And that's why they've had to do this without having a plan to go back to Huddersfield.
Right.
Because everything they've tried.
So then 3 years turns to 5 years, turns to 10 years.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. I get that. I don't.
And if you're on a profitable site that works for you, that you've regenerated, and people get over the fact it's not in Huddersfield, why would then...
And listen, if that turns out to be in the course of time, if that happens, fair enough.
Do you not think partly that's a little bit of the hope?
No.
You don't think the hope is that they make a bomb there, they regenerate it, it's a great site, and they get to stay?
I think the first two things, I think they hope.
Right.
I genuinely think their aspiration is to return to Huddersfield. So yes, I agree on the first 2 points. I don't think that they will, in 5 years' time, go, this is really well, we'll just stay forever. They want to go back to Huddersfield, but they need a site. They can't do it without it.
What I'm not getting is why regenerate it? Why not just do up Dewsbury Stadium a bit?
Yeah.
Make a bit of a car park.
And
then
you got a car park,
but like more of a car park, and hold that rest of that money until you find somewhere suitable in Huddersfield.
But if you regenerate it, right, and let's say it's £10 million investment.
That's what they said.
I'm saying I think the money that they invest will start helping them whenever they do get a site in Huddersfield, if they ever get a site in Huddersfield. And it is an if. I can't say when, because I can't. I've got to say it.
And if Kirklees Council are investing in that site and probably propping up the most of that money, why would they then help them do another site?
Because if it's profitable, it doesn't matter for
it's
anyone. It's
profitable with them there.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that they'll have to find a way. But I'm sure there are ways to make it profitable without the Giants there. With respect to the Giants, they're not Leeds Rhinos bringing £15 a week.
Sure, but
do you know what I mean?
But they're a Super League club in a Super League.
And there's much more to this that I can't answer. But does that area need a place like that, just generally for the community? I don't know. I don't know the answer to.
Second part to this: do you think it's fair that they're getting a rating next season based on a ground that they're not going to be in?
No, but that's not their fault. That's the fault of the grading system. That's not their fault.
Third, do you think when they go there next year, that's a Super League standard place at the minute?
It's not right now.
No.
It's not right now. No.
So why are they allowed to go?
Well, it's not been approved yet.
No.
They are ready to start. They
won't be ready for next season.
they are ready to start work now.
Okay, but it won't be ready for next season.
They'll be able to get certain things in place.
They won't be able to make it a Super League-sized pitch.
And I think they might be able to. Well, listen, no, I don't know even when they've done that plan where it sits in terms of standards. I don't know.
It's not a full-size Super
League. Not right now. I know it's not right now, but they've got plans to expand it.
Right.
Which I'm assuming gets it to standard. But I genuinely not asked that question, so I can't answer for fact. But they are expanding the pitch.
Right.
I would think that's something that if they get the green light now, they could probably get done before the start of next season. They would be able to rip out the main stand and get the new seats in. They'd be able to do all the bar work and the interior. I doubt they'd be able to do the stands behind the posts before the start of next season. And this is where gradings are a blessing for them this time around because they get judged on the ACU, not Flair Stadium. They would have it. They'd be able to get it in place for the next time gradings come around. Be able to get all the work.
But yeah, because like someone said, Dewsbury are down in the gradings, like
for sure, for sure. But they'd be able to do a lot of the work. They'd be able to get.
Surely it affects their community score.
Probably, but community's got minimalised in it on recent amendments, so it probably won't bring the utilisation score up.
The main thing for me is I understand why they're doing it.
Yeah.
I understand all that stuff. I just think the idea that you're going to spend £10 million on a site, make it up to standard for you, in what takes a year or 2 or 3 anyway to get all of that done. We're talking that's 3 years just to get that, just to get it open, just to get the shops, the bars, everything open.
Yeah.
You're not going to leave that straight away.
I'm just saying that it takes 3-4 years. Cool. Might do.
Just to get it to...
Might do. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, right. If for the next 20 years it makes you 2 million, that doesn't matter.
Then just say we're staying there for 20 years.
But they wouldn't have to. It's irrespective. If they leave, no one's saying they're selling the land. I'm not saying that's the key thing, right? When they leave, I'm not saying they sell it. I'm saying they leave, but they keep the site, they keep the land, and it's their asset. And all the money that comes through is the clubs.
But the money comes through from them being there.
Not necessarily, no.
How else is it coming through? You don't travel to it's not the most well situated of grounds in terms of the closest train station's a mile walk away. Not everyone's going to walk. Yeah. People aren't going to go there except for if they're attending something. If you take away the fact...
See, this is the bit that I don't know. Does that area need a site like that where it's already got 5-a-side football courts, right? But does that area need somewhere where there might be a supermarket or a coffee shop?
Have they got businesses interested in going there?
I believe so, yes.
Right. Yeah, I mean...
And then obviously, if you've got all these businesses on a site, it's profitable. This is my point. I think people are thinking 10 million, thinking the Giants are putting 10 million into the site for their own gain.
Well, they are.
Sure, but it's an investment that they would have an asset essentially that, let's just say that site, I keep using 2 million hypothetically, the site makes 2 million a year, right? It's an investment. 20 years time, it's made loads of money, and it gives them a way to be sustainable with or without. So
effectively, the stadium doesn't matter. They're going to build a shopping park, and they're going to use that money they make off that to eventually move back to Huddersfield.
I think that's probably the master plan. I'm not saying it'll be a shopping park. I genuinely don't know.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Right.
So I think it's a smart move. And if it was in a HD postcode, I think it'd be perfect for them.
Well, because then they wouldn't have to go through
building another stadium is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I don't know, to be honest, from what we both know in the past, I don't think they're ever going to get a site in Huddersfield.
I can't say to with confidence they will.
No.
They want to. I can't sit here and go, yeah, they will. I can't be flipping about because I don't know.
But yeah, let us know what you think. Do you think it's a big deal that it's Dewsbury? Do you think it doesn't matter? Do you think they end up there long term? Do you think they do genuinely move back to Huddersfield at some point? Who knows? Let us know in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. Which moves us on to offload and unload. And this week we got you involved and we asked you, this came off the back of, what did it come off the back of?
Last week we were talking.
It wasn't last week, it was the week before.
Oh, it was. The week before we were talking about, what were we talking about? Signings that shocked you. And then
we got on to ones that
you thought you'd hate.
But you ended up loving.
Being a surprise package, I suppose. And,
yeah.
They changed your opinion or whatever.
So we asked you that question and we got lots of responses. So let's go through them. So obviously he was on the image. Jake Connor got a lot.
Yeah, that was a device.
So some said more based on his previous attitude than ability. Leeds seems to have helped him get a handle on his temperament. And I got a very interesting one on this. So when Jake Connor signed for Leeds, an email was actually sent to the club.
Oh, really?
Saying, "Hi, my name is Bleep. Supported Rhinos for 50 years. Do not sign Jake Connor. We desperately need forwards, so don't waste salary capacity on him. He is divisive and he stirs up trouble wherever he goes. He will destroy the team's spirit from within. He's being a shade of himself. He doesn't come cheap and he doesn't keep his mouth closed." So people were not very happy with that one. Other people said on him, and someone said off subject, but I hate Tony Smith for letting Jake Connor go. Him and Truman could have been 6 and 7. Some other ones. Hankinson at Leeds, done very little at lesser clubs, and yet he's been one of our best.
Yeah. He didn't do very little. He just went under the radar, but I take the point.
Paul Bishop for St Helens from Warrington a very long time ago. Oh, that one. At the time, Connie Hurrell for Saints, I didn't think he'd fit into Wolfie's system for them first couple of seasons. He was so effective and pivotal.
That's a good one.
Not hate, but underwhelmed with the swap of Scott Moore and Paul McShane, but what a deal for Cass that was. Mm-hmm. And someone said about Jake Connor, I hated him and how he played for Huddersfield and Hull, but God, I am chewing my words down as a club legend.
Yeah.
When we signed him, I said, he's a proper shithouse. Now I love this man with all my heart. Let's go through some more. Danny Tickle put in a shift while representing Rovers.
Oh, yeah. Blast from the past, Danny Tickle.
Yeah.
Good goal kicker.
My dad was very annoyed when we signed James Lowes because of how he carried on.
I'm assuming at Bradford.
Yeah, I think so. Zach Hardacre was fully against him given his off-field antics, but as far as I can see, he's been a model professional since joining Hull. I
think probably when he signed for Leeds for that short period as well, fans had gone, well, not sure, and then turned out great.
I thought Ryan Hall was an awful signing for Rovers. And then...
Yeah, I got it because he'd come off injury.
Knee injury, hadn't really done it in the NRL. Yeah. Ryan Hampshire, can't help cheering him on whenever he gets the ball. Ollie Partington, especially on a 5-year deal. Didn't think he was good or big enough in his first spell, but being proven wrong at the minute. Had a lot of Ollie Partington. I was someone who said I didn't get the deal at the time. And someone said, genuinely, as a Wigan fan, I didn't have many, but I didn't want us to sign Cruz Leeming, and he was great for us when O'Neill did his knee. Oliver Partington, couldn't understand why Wigan had resigned him, but he's been one of the best and most important players this year. Partington proved so many people, including myself, wrong, being one of our top 3 players. Someone else didn't think he was the one for us and gutted, but now he's one of our best. James Donaldson in 2019 didn't get the same fanfare as Lolohea, Hurrell and Merriam for obvious reasons, but never gave less than 100%. Unfortunately, that couldn't be said for all of his teammates during his time.
Probably out of that group of signings, probably the best in the end. Yeah, good one.
Adam Kieran couldn't hold a candle to Toby King in his first season, then developed his defence and discipline has come one of the best in the league.
The one that I just thought of, actually, that I was trying to think of ones that I didn't get at the time, and, sprung to mind, I don't know if it's because they were at Warrington. Josh Charnley going to Lee. Not really done it here, and I just didn't understand why Lee had done that deal. And then he's picked up and, done what he's done. That's
pretty much all of them, but Ollie Partington has got some huge praise.
Yeah.
Another one said, Lee Breers, when he signed as our assistant at Wigan, hated him at Wire, a Saints lad, but completely transformed the attack of Field and French that we love to this day. But yeah, a lot of people, Jake Connor, Ollie Partington, Chris Hankinson, and a few blasts from the past. I'm trying to think what mine would be. I mean, I'll say the Ollie Partington one. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, fair.
Another one that I didn't get, I remember not getting it, was Callum Watkins going to Salford. He ended at Leeds and he coming back from Gold Coast and just thought, don't see how this works out for them. And it did.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any.
I'd say the other one I didn't get, Joe Burgess to Hull KR.
Fair.
He'd had a really poor season at Salford. Really poor season at Salford. And then had the drama that ended up with him being booted out, essentially.
Yeah.
And I thought, KR, he just didn't fit. Because he's a bit of a Jack
the lad, yeah.
Didn't think he suited what they were about. Didn't get it.
One I need to be, again, because we're here, one I need to see it in action, Brodie Croft. I don't, it's one that, like, I get why they signed Brodie Croft.
Yeah.
I don't get why they've signed Brodie Croft with their current players.
Yeah. I'm with you.
But we'll see how that unfolds.
Yeah.
Could be a masterstroke.
Could be.
How about the other way, whereas there's been one where you've been like, oh, yeah. And then they've come and you've been like, ooh.
There will be, but I can't. Maybe that's next week.
Okay, we'll ask that next.
Yeah, the
player you were so excited about, and it just did not happen.
Yes,
just didn't happen for one reason or another. Just didn't work. Cool.
Next week.
And with that brings us to the end of the Simmin session. For you, it's probably been quite a short one. For us, a very long one because of a 40-minute argument about the NRL. So yeah.
Maybe we should just it got 2 years.
Maybe once everything's thingy, put it out.
Off-season.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.